Brilliance Audio presents The Ophelia Cut, a novel by John Lescroart, performed by David Kalachi. Moses had wanted to see Dismas Hardy alone. He'd unexpectedly dropped by Hardy's house on 34th Avenue, and now the two men kept up a brisk pace as they walked along Geary toward the beach on this overcast November Sunday afternoon. Moses McGuire didn't like to worry his only sibling, Franny, Hardy's wife, and he was himself worried to distraction. That morning, San Francisco's second newspaper, The Courier, had run an article by a columnist named Sheila Moranis. It was part of a series on unsolved crimes in the city. This one revisited an event dubbed the Dockside Massacre, in which 6 years ago 5 people, including the city's head of homicide, Barry Gerson, had been killed in a gunfight on Pier 70. For McGuire, and he would have thought for a lawyer like Hardy, it struck a little too close to home. "They don't call her Heinous Moranis for nothing," Hardy said. "Nobody reads her, Mose. I wouldn't worry about it." "I read her. Lots of other people read her. She mentioned you by name." Although that sent a little shiver of apprehension down Hardy's spine, he suppressed it. "She mention you?" "No." "Abe, Gina, anybody else?" "Freeman." "David remains dead, if I'm not mistaken. He's not about to talk. Is that it?" McGuire went on for a few steps, then stopped. "Tell me it doesn't get in your head," he said. Hardy pulled up, took in a breath. "It's never not inside my head, Mose. It never goes away. Not what we did. We had no choice about that. But the idea that it might come out, I live in fear of it every day." "You ever think it might be better if we just... as it is, I read an article like that, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop." "Should we maybe bring it out into the open?" "Here's the easy answer to that. Never in a million years. You shouldn't even begin to think anything like that. It would ruin a lot of lives, including yours." "All right. But this living under the constant threat of exposure is far better than living with the alternative, and don't you kid yourself." Hardy started walking again, and Moses fell in beside him. "You feel guilty?" he asked after a few steps. McGuire shook his head. "No. That's why I think it wouldn't be so bad. If people knew what really happened, they'd see we had no choice. It was pure self-defense." "True, but probably better not to let other people make that decision. We know it, we live with it, that's enough." "It's wearing on me, that's all I'm saying." "It wears on us all, Mose. I wish it hadn't happened, but talking about it isn't going to make things better." Now it was Hardy's turn to stop. "You don't think I haven't had nightmares? I'm watching a damn ball game and suddenly I'm zoned out, back there on that pier, taking the hit to my Kevlar. I'm not wearing that vest, I'm dead right now, you realize that? You don't think that makes an impression?" "That's what I'm saying. We keep it a secret, we're basically saying it wasn't the right thing to do, and we know it was." "No, completely wrong. What we're basically saying is that right or wrong we can't tell anybody, not ever, because nobody would understand, and our worlds as we know them now would end."